One tiny purchase today, one massive financial tornado tomorrow. Let's explore the butterfly effect of your microtransactions. It's 8:15 a.m. You're standing in line at your favorite local cafe. You've had a rough morning. The alarm didn't go off, you can't find your keys, and honestly, you just need a win. So you tap your phone on the card reader. $6.50. It's just $6.50, right? It's not a car payment, it's not the rent, it's noise. But then, 2 p.m. hits, that midday slump. You grab a vending machine snack and maybe a $2 app upgrade to remove ads from that game you play on the train. By 7 p.m., you're tired, so you pay the $5.99 delivery fee because the idea of boiling pasta feels like climbing Everest. At the end of the day, you feel like you haven't spent anything. But your bank account is looking at you like, are we a joke to you? Look, I'm working a decent job, making decent money, but my savings account is essentially a desert wasteland at the end of every month. Is that literally you? I'm a working professional like you, but I spend way too much time thinking about the butterfly effect of microtransactions, small habits, big financial impacts. Because here's the thing, we are being nickeled and dimed to death, not by corporations, but by our own impulses. If you're someone who feels like your money is a leaky bucket, where no matter how much you pour in, it never seems to fill up, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. In physics, the butterfly effect suggests that a small flap of a butterfly's wings in Brazil can set off a tornado in Texas. In finance, that $5 subscription you forgot to cancel is the butterfly. The tornado is the fact that you're 45 years old and can't afford a down payment on a house. Now, you might be thinking, John, it's just $5. Stop being a killjoy. Let's challenge that assumption right now. We've been told that wealth is built through big moves, negotiating a 10K raise or picking the next Tesla stock. While those help, they are rare. Your financial life is actually built on the 30 to 50 micro decisions you make every single week. Let's look at some real dollar amounts, because the math doesn't lie, even when we lie to ourselves. Let's take the convenience tax. Let's say you spend $15 a day on micro conveniences. That's a coffee, a delivery fee, and maybe a premium tier on a streaming service you barely watch. Daily, $15. Monthly, $450. Yearly, $5,400. Most people think, okay, $5,400 a year, I can live with that, but this is where it gets really interesting. If you took that $450 a month and put it into a boring S&P 500 index fund, averaging an 8% annual return over 25 years, that noise becomes $428,000. You didn't spend $15 on a salad today, you spent a nearly $500,000 retirement. That is the butterfly effect. When you tap that card, you aren't just spending today's cash, you are burning tomorrow's freedom. So, why do we do it? Are we just stupid? No. Our brains are actually hardwired for this failure. It's called hypothetical discounting. This is a psychological quirk where humans value immediate rewards much higher than future rewards. Your brain sees a shiny latte right now and gets a hit of dopamine. Your future self, who needs a retirement home in 30 years, that person feels like a stranger. And you don't give money to strangers. There's also the frictionless payment trap. Back in the day, you had to pull out a leather wallet, count physical paper bills, and hand them over. You felt the pain of paying. Today, you use Apple Pay or a smartwatch. You don't even see the number. It's invisible. Here's what most people don't realize. The easier it is to pay, the less your prefrontal cortex, the logical part of your brain, is involved in the transaction. You're essentially shopping while your brain is asleep. Now I can hear the comment section already. John, life is for living. I can't just sit in a dark room and eat lentils to save for a future that might not happen. Look, I get it. I'm not telling you to live like a monk. I'm telling you to stop being a victim of lifestyle creep by 1,000 cuts. There's a massive difference between a value purchase and a microtransaction. A value purchase is a $100 dinner with your spouse that creates a memory. A microtransaction is a $12 upgraded shipping fee because you were too impatient to wait 2 more days for a toaster. One enriches your life. The other is a tax on your lack of discipline. This isn't just about the money. This is where it gets deep. Every microtransaction requires a micro decision. Should I get the large? Should I add the extra topping? Should I pay for the ad-free version? Each of these drains your decision fatigue reservoir. By the time you get home and need to make a real decision, like working on your side business or planning your long-term investments, your brain is fried. You've spent your willpower on choosing a muffin flavor. When you automate your life to eliminate these micro decisions, you don't just save money, you reclaim your mental sovereignty. All right, enough theory. You're here because you want to fix this. Here is the methodical approach for ending the microtransaction bleed. 1. The 72-hour delay buffer. Anything under $20 that isn't a necessity goes into a save-for-later cart. If you still want that digital skin for your character or that fancy notebook in 3 days, buy it. 90% of the time, the dopamine hit will have faded, and you'll realize you didn't actually want the item, you just wanted the act of buying. 2. The physical cash reset. For 1 week, just 7 days, delete your card info from your phone and use physical cash for your daily incidentals. When you see that $20 bill turn into $2 $5 and some change after a single lunch, it resets your brain's pain of paying sensors. 3. The subscription audit, the lasso method. Go to your bank statement. Look for every recurring charge under $15. Most of us have zombie subscriptions, apps we don't use, magazines we don't read. Cancel them all. If you truly miss one, you can resubscribe, but I bet you won't. Let me tell you a story about 2 guys I knew in finance. Mark made $200K a year. He drove a leased BMW, had 4 different gym memberships, and micro spent his way through every day. DoorDash for lunch, premium everything, it's only $10 was his catchphrase. Sarah made $75K. She wasn't cheap. She traveled and had hobbies, but she was intentional. She brewed her own coffee because she liked the ritual. She drove a paid-off Honda. She didn't have micro leaks. 10 years later, Mark was stressed, living paycheck to paycheck, and couldn't leave a job he hated because he was underwater. Sarah had a 6-figure brokerage account and quit her job to start a consulting firm. Mark had the big income, but Sarah understood the small habits. Who do you want to be? Listen to me. You are not bad with money, you've just been conditioned to ignore the small things. But those small things, they are the bricks that build your house or the termites that tear it down. Every time you say no to a pointless microtransaction, you are saying yes to your future freedom. You are telling the world that your goals are more important than a momentary impulse. Here's your homework. Go find one recurring $10 charge today and kill it. Then take that $10 and set up an automatic transfer to your savings. If you want more deep dives into the psychology of why we do what we do with our money, look out for our next video here on the microtransaction audit. Stop the bleed. Stop letting the butterflies ruin your future. Start flapping your wings in the right direction.